Well, nothing wants to work right. Okay, well, guys, let me introduce you to the Joker. Let's dive into it, shall we? Alright guys, welcome into this episode of Rolling with T-Bone, as we are rolling down the road on the Joker. If you're new here, welcome in. My name's T-Bone. I shoot motorcycle related content and any kind of content really. If you are new here and you're subscribed, thank you for subscribing. If you just wandered up on this video and enjoy what you see, I invite you to check out a couple of my videos and make sure I'm right for you, because I know I'm not right for everyone. If you're old here, welcome back. You know what's going on. Oh, the Joker, guys. This bike was named immediately by my daughter Nico, who saw the purple and green ghost flames and said, "Dad, it's the Joker." I was like, you know what? It absolutely is the Joker. So, the Joker. So guys, this bike, what is it? For about the last 4.5 to 5 days, I've been in a rabbit hole with this motorcycle. And I'm going to now pass on to you the things that I have learned to be facts about this motorcycle. The first fact is, this motorcycle is a Pro 1 Pro Street Custom. Now, fact number one is this bike was built by a company in Southern California called Pro 1. Fact number two, this bike is classified as a Pro Street Custom. And it's got a 100-inch RevTech Generation 2 engine on it. The RevTech built 88 cubic inch and 100 cubic inch. The Joker is sporting the 100 cubic inch engine. Now, the facts I know this to be, I believe this to be a 1997 Pro 1 Pro Street Custom. Now, this bike has a little bit of a weird story to tell. This bike originally only has less than 3,000 miles on it, so this bike was purchased to be a weekend warrior's motorcycle. A bike to take out and ride down to the local bar and hang out with your buddies who also have custom motorcycles, and then back to the house and covered up in the garage it would go. Now, the reason I said I believe this to be a 1997 model is because when I went through Pro 1's database, 1997 was the only year I could find where they built this specific style. Now, one of the other big things that's probably going to shock and awe you, this bike is not a chopper. Now, before you start throwing your devices and punching your computer screens, let me explain. This bike was built by Pro 1, that is the company. The model is a Pro Street, but the classification is custom motorcycle. It does not have any of the characteristics of a chopper, meaning that this bike does not have the long stretched out tubes for the long stretched out neck. It is not overly exaggerated as far as stretching the frame, raking the frame, and putting a long front end on it. And outside of that, it doesn't share any of the other characteristics that a chopper has. Meaning, this bike was built to be two things, or it was built to do two things. And it was built to do those two things very well. Number one is go fast. Number two is look good doing it. And it fits the bill on both of those things. This bike is built low, slammed, it's built lean with an aggressive stance, which means this bike was built to be a street machine. Meaning, you have to be very careful how you handle this motorcycle. This motorcycle has a Mikuni carburetor on it, and there's a cow running down the road. Alright, little buddy, which way are you going? Because I'm not getting rammed. You go ahead and get back where you need to be. Okay. Do you know where you need to be, little guy? Are you going in right there? There's a break in the wire and he's trying to get back to it. I don't think I'm blocking it. You can come down this way, little guy. I'm not going to run you over, and I don't want you running me over either. Not quite big enough to be a yearling yet. These people think I'm just sitting in the middle of the road for my health. Alright. Well, was the car enough to scare him into the fence? No, he's just walking up the road. Alright, little guy, what are you going to do? I need you to get somewhere. Still not in the fence. Alright, little guy, I'll tell you what. I'm going to go this way. There you go. There you go. You got back in there. I'm telling you guys, this Mikuni carburetor has one of the fastest throttle response on a motorcycle I've ever felt. This thing is quick. Now, I lost my whole train of thought dealing with that calf. So, which only reinforces what I say. You never know exactly what's going to happen on rolling with T-Bone. But, getting back to this bike, not being a chopper, this is a custom motorcycle. What it has on it is just a standard custom wide glide front end, which was built and designed by Pro One, but it was built and modeled after the wide glide front end. It has drag bars, a standard soft tail rear section with a standard soft tail set of struts, a soft tail fender. It has a horseshoe shaped oil bag with the battery drop in the center of the oil bag. And it's just a low lean hot rod pro street custom. Like I said, it was designed to go fast and look good doing it. Now I know that's going to break some of y'all's hearts because some of y'all was under the impression that this was a chopper. What happened with that, guys, and I'll try to explain that a little bit. This bike being a 97 model, and here's a dog. Are you serious? This can't be happening to me today. But anyway, in the 90s and the early 2000s, if your motorcycle wasn't a factory name motorcycle such as Harley Davidson, Triumph, Honda, Yamaha, so on and so forth, it was classified in one lump group as a chopper. This bike is more or less just a custom. The chopper industry blew up in the mid-90s. You had shows like Motorcycle Mania with Jesse James, where he was building choppers. You had shows that came along like American Chopper. You had the Speed Channel was going to Miami and Sturgis and all these bike shows showing off people's choppers. So what happened was your market got completely saturated, meaning you had everybody who could set up a frame jig and had a little bit of welding knowledge and a little bit of engineering knowledge was building choppers. So what happened was that the market got just completely saturated, and then everybody's chopper started looking like everybody else's chopper. Because if you showed up at one of these chopper shows, or bike show in general, and you had a really cool design, you could bet by the next time you were there, everyone copied your design. That's why a lot of those choppers all look exactly the same. They just look like, this chopper looks like that chopper. Because this bike right here has just a standard Harley-Davidson rear wheel, standard Harley-Davidson front wheel, of course with billet mags on them, but that's what differentiates it from being a chopper. Because what happened was, when all these companies started stealing each other's ideals for choppers back in the day, they would steal the ideal, make it their own, so the next person would have to really radicalize it to make it their own, if that makes sense. Meaning you went from choppers that had 240 rear wheels to choppers that had 280 rear wheels. Then you went to choppers that had 300 rear wheels, 330 rear wheels, and it just got really exaggerated. And if anybody riding a chopper who has a 300 series rear tire on it, you know how much trouble it is to get a rear tire put on without destroying that rim. But nonetheless, everybody's bike started looking like everybody else's bike. So people were commissioning these bikes to be built, and they were having to go to the table sometimes with, $60,000. As a matter of fact, in Motorcycle Mania, when Jesse James broke through on Discovery Channel, the guy narrating the TV show said to buy a West Coast chopper, you had to come to the table and start with $60,000. Yeah, that was just to get the conversation started. So people were buying up these custom bikes like this one here, Pro Street style. They were buying up these custom choppers because it was a fad. At the time, these bikes were all fads. It was the latest trend in the motorcycle industry. So now you've got these bikes that people paid $40,000, $50,000 for, and it's breaking their heart because they think they still have a $25,000, $30,000 chopper, when in reality they've only got about realistically about a $7,000, $8,000 bike. I mean, that's just the truth of it. But what makes these bikes really special, especially the ones from the 90s, where they were putting a lot of quality, because I'm telling you right now, this RevTech engine on this motorcycle, I was handed paperwork after paperwork, sales books, warranty information. Custom Chrome, which built the RevTech engine, really stood behind their engines. So I mean, literally this bike with less than 3,000 miles on it isn't even broke in yet. It's essentially brand new. So that tells you what kind of bike it was. That's why I said it was a weekend warrior's bike. Didn't really get no miles put on it. And then after the fad kind of faded away, or he bought a Harley and realized that he wanted to tour, so he bought a motorcycle more comfortable for his application, then these bikes just kind of got pushed to the side. Now, I'm not distraught that this isn't a chopper. As a matter of fact, you can go down and watch some of my videos. There's one video where I rode Milkman's big stretched out blue chopper that he had. Fell in love with that bike. It was beautiful. Easiest riding chopper I've ever been on. long front end, stretch frame, big wide tire on the back, but it rode with a soft tail rear end. It had soft tail suspension under it. But I'm not disappointed that this isn't the chopper, because anyone who's been around me riding long enough knows that I actually love that low slammed, low drag bar look, that aggressive stance where it just looks mean sitting still. I actually prefer that over the long stretched out choppers, which is why you've never seen me own a long stretched out chopper. There have been opportunities that I passed them up, but this being a Pro Street style custom, and this is, guys, it's a heavy custom. That's how it's classified. This is the true definition of a custom motorcycle, because essentially it took the Harley Davidson look and customized it while keeping a lot of the Harley Davidson accents and the Harley Davidson attitude with it. But I'll tell you something, guys, Pro One still is in business in Southern California. They're still building wild machines. So they've been around for a while. And RevTech had been around for a while too. Of course, now Pro One didn't just deal with custom chrome and RevTech engines. It was kind of by customer request. When it came to the power plant and the drivetrain, it was pretty well much customer request, because they build 114s, 117s, 124s. Really, you sat down and you decided what you wanted in a motorcycle, and that was pretty well much what happened with this. But all of these bikes are one-offs. One's not like the next, but I really like the design of this one. I like the way this one handles. It sweeps through a curve pretty clean, not a lot of bouncing and jerking. Touchiest throttle response I've ever seen on a motorcycle. And this 100 cubic inch RevTech engine is ready to run. There ain't no doubt about that. But I take it easy on it, because I've still got a few things that I want to get done to this bike. I've got to get the soft tail shocks adjusted a little bit more. Got to adjust on the pegs, which I'm sitting on the pegs and I'm comfortable, but it would be nice to have them adjusted back just a hair. But other than that, guys, this bike has one true purpose for rolling with T-Bone, and that purpose is that this bike is going to open new doors for me, meaning custom motorcycle shows. I never really had a reason to take part in a custom motorcycle show other than to go look at them, but now, cleaned up with a little bit of touch up on the paint, I have a bike that can open that door for me. It can open up a new conversation, I guess, is what I'm trying to get to. And I'm excited about that, because that means the content is going to get better for the channel, and it offers something different as far as content goes. But yeah, there it is, guys. Nico's Joker, T-Bone's Joker, rolling with T-Bone's Joker. And if you want to cruise this bike, I mean, I'm sitting on 55 right now, just cruising down the road at 55, knowing that if I want to crack the throttle, I can get way past 55 real fast. But I don't want to do that, because I'm not a speed demon in the first place. But I'll tell you what, guys, the Joker has landed on Rolling with T-Bone. And now I have to take a moment to thank Flip and the Blue Mule. Flip is a content creator here on YouTube. If you don't know who Flip is, he is listed on YouTube as Flip and the Blue Mule. Me and Flip came to an arrangement on this motorcycle. Gentleman's agreement was reached. He had gotten it, and there was paperwork trouble for there was discrepancies between the Connecticut Department of Motor Vehicles and the North Carolina Department of Motor Vehicles, but he got all that straightened out, got it titled. It is titled as a 2004 Softail, which is fine. It is a Softail. It's just not a 2004 model, but that's fine. or at least I don't think it's a 2004 model. I'm pretty sure it's a 97 model, but that's, you know, it is what it is. Don't take away from anything. It doesn't take anything away from the bike as far as I'm concerned. My plans are, like I said, outside the new doors that had opened, Flip has given me the opportunity to get crazier content, cooler content, and a different type of content. Because I've never been big into the heavy custom bikes. Never nothing this heavily customed. I have owned choppers, and I have owned custom Harleys. Of course, the last custom Harley I rode on this channel was the Springer that I had. It was a 93 Springer with fat tanks, slammed, lowered. Cool, a lot of cool aftermarket parts on it. I ended up trading it off. And I am a horse trader to an extent. But, as I told Flip, I'm going to spend a little time with this bike. I plan on riding it, putting some miles on it, and shooting content on it. I mean, for me, purely content driven. But yeah, it's cool to own it. It's going to be cool to take it to a local bike night and let it set out and shine like it's supposed to. I'm not mad at the paint job. I love the green and purple ghost flames that's in the paint job. You know, like I said, Nico said, Dad, it's the Joker. And I was like, absolutely, it's the Joker. Which has made me think about changing Miss Kitty's name, because Miss Kitty's name is not set in stone. I'm thinking about changing Miss Kitty's name to Harley Quinn. I know, don't hit me with the puns and the wild comments, but I'll have the Joker and Harley Quinn, because the 99 Dyna is just a beautiful, gorgeous bike, and I always thought Harley Quinn was a beautiful, gorgeous girl. So I'd have Harley Quinn and the Joker. But there it is, guys. I know I put out a couple of filler videos to see what was going to happen. A little sneak peek, if you will. But if you're new here, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for staying this long. Thank you for helping me welcome the Joker into Rolling with T-Bone. And like I said, if you are new here, watch some more of my videos and maybe consider giving old T-Bone a like, a comment, and a subscription. Subscribe to my channel. But guys, I'm going to drop it off right here. I think we've reached the end. So remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. And guys, until the next time, I'm T-Bone. This has been Rolling with T-Bone. Y'all take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And hey, thanks for watching.